Year 2, we're going to look at the 7th lesson of the Worst Witch today, and it's the potions test. And we know that Mildred's not that great in school, is she? So I can imagine she's a little bit nervous about her potions test. I've got 5 questions for you today. First question is, how do you know that Maud doesn't believe that Mildred that pondweed gathered at night should be added to the potion? Second question, why did Maud doubt that Mildred was right about the potion? Third question, what colour was Maud and Mildred's potion? Question 4, what colour should it have been? Question 5, what did Maud and Mildred's potion do, and what was it supposed to do? Okay, so the questions will be in the description below if you want to have a proper read of them, but be listening for the answers to those questions, okay? So we're at the start of chapter 4. It was the morning of the potions test, and the girls were filing into the potion lab, each hoping she had learned the right spell, except for Ethel, who knew everything and never worried about such matters. "Come along, girls, 2 to a cauldron," barked Miss Hardbroom. "Today we shall make a laughter potion. No textbooks to be used. Put that book away this instant, Mildred. Work quietly, and when you have finished, you may take a small sip of the mixture to make sure it is correctly made. You may begin." Maud and Mildred were sharing a cauldron, of course, but unfortunately neither of them had learned that particular spell for the test. "I think I remember it vaguely," whispered Maud. "Bits of it, anyway." She began to sort through the ingredients which had been laid out on each workbench. When everything was stirred together in the cauldron, the bubbling liquid was bright pink. Mildred stared at it doubtfully. "I'm sure it should be green," she said. "In fact, I'm sure we should have put in a handful of pondweed gathered at midnight." "Are you sure?" asked Maud. "Yes," replied Mildred, not very definitely. "Absolutely sure?" Maud asked again. "You know what happened last time." "I'm quite sure," insisted Mildred. "Anyway, there's a handful of pondweed laid out on each bench. I'm positive we're supposed to put it in." "Oh, all right then," said Maud. "Go on then. It can't do any harm." Mildred grabbed the pondweed and dropped it into the mixture. They took turns at stirring it for a few minutes until it began to turn dark green. "What a horrid colour," said Maud. "Are you girls ready?" asked Miss Hardbroom, rapping on her desk. "You should have been ready minutes ago. A laughter potion should be made quickly for use in an emergency." Ethel was still working on the bench in front of Mildred, who stood on tiptoe to sneak a look at the colour of Ethel's potion. To her horror, it was bright pink. "Oh no," Mildred thought, with a sinking feeling. "I wonder what potion we've made." Miss Hardbroom banged on the desk again. "We shall now test the potion," she commanded. "Not too much, please. We don't want anyone hysterical." Each pupil took a test tube full of liquid and drank a little. At once, shrieks of laughter rang through the room, especially from Ethel's bench, where they had made the best potion of all and were laughing so much that tears rolled down their cheeks. The only 2 girls who weren't laughing were Mildred and Maud. "Oh dear," said Maud. "I feel most peculiar. Why aren't we laughing, Mill?" "I hate to tell you," confessed Mildred. "I think..." But before she had time to say any more, the 2 girls had disappeared. "Cauldron number 2!" snapped Miss Hardbroom. "You seem to have made the wrong spell." "It was my fault," said Mildred's voice from behind the cauldron. That I do not doubt, said Miss Harbroom sourly. You had both better sit down until you reappear, and then, Mildred, perhaps a trip to Miss Cackle's office would do you some good. You can explain why I sent you. Everyone had left the room by the time the two young witches finally began to reappear. This was a very slow process, with first the head and then the rest of the body becoming gradually visible. I'm sorry, said Mildred's head and shoulders. That's all right, said Maud's head. I just wish you'd think a bit more. We had the right potion to start with. Sorry, mumbled Mildred again. Then she began to laugh. Hey, Maud, you do look funny with just your head showing. At once, they both began to laugh, and they were soon best friends again. And you can see there all of the girls in the potions lab making their potions. Most of them are laughing, aren't they? But I can spot two little witches who aren't laughing. So, there's our shared reading for today. There are 5 questions, so quite a lot of questions for you to think about today. So be thinking about them. If you want to write your answers down, that's absolutely fine. Quite a few people have been sending me some of their answers. So think about your questions, write your answers if you want to, and we'll see you for more shared reading on Friday. See you later. Luna, say bye.
Bye-bye.